So good morning everyone. In last three lectures, we have understood what is the basic concept of limit, what is the basic things about differentiation, and some basic rules for differentiation. In today's class, we are going to define application of these derivatives, that is maxima and minima. So first of all, I would like to tell you what is this maxima minima, or how we'll interpret the maximum minimum. Suppose if we have taken this interval, guys, so in this interval, this point is maximum and this point is minimum. If I'm talking about this interval, this point is maximum, this point is minimum. If I'm talking about this interval, this point is minimum, this point is maximum. So basically what these points are known as, this point, all the points, let it be A, B, C, D, E and F. A, C and E actually is local maximum at that interval, and B, D and E local minimum at that interval. Suppose I have taken interval like this. So A, C and E is local. A, C and E, these are points of local maxima, and B, D and E, they are the point of local minima. So the thing is that in entire curve, if I'll find global maximum, so E is the point of global maximum. Global means overall maximum, this one. And if I want to calculate, this is F, this is F, so BDF is local minima, F is global minima in this interval, global minima. So first thing I would like to tell you, maxima and minima gives you the point of local maxima and local minima. So global, actually among that is one of the global. It may happen that sometimes your local maxima is also global maxima, like in this interval, this is local maximum for this interval, but for entire function it is global maximum. So we have not to bother about this global maximum, because global maximum is a different approach there. So maxima and minima gives you the points of local maxima and local minima at any point. Now, what is the concept of maximum minima and how it is related to application of derivatives? These points are known as application of derivatives. So we will try to understand. I have taken a graph where this point, let it be A, and this point, let it be A and B, are the points of local maxima and local minima respectively. So what actually I can say from this graph, I can say that suppose I have slope. I told you if I have to calculate slope at any point, so I just draw the tangent, and the tangent gives you slope at that point. So what I am seeing at this point, I am seeing at point A and at point B. If I draw a tangent at point A and B, if we draw a tangent, its slope is 0. That means that is dy by dx is equal to 0 at both A and B. Dy by dx is 0 at A and B, means slope of line, if you draw at point A or you draw tangent at A and B, that will be 0. So first thing I would like to tell you about calculating maxima minima. If any function is given, suppose y is equal to f of x is a function given. So what you have to do, you have to calculate dy by dx, which is nothing but f dash x. This is the slope of that line or tangent, so I have to equate it equal to 0. But when you have equated dy by dx is equal to 0, you may find 2 points. You may find points of maxima, which is a, and point of minima, which is b. So how you can recognize this is the point a or this is the point b? So in order to make you understand, I'm giving you some means understanding of maxima minima. After calculating dy by dx and equating it to 0, you have to go for second derivative. So equating first derivative to 0 tells at which point slope of the curve is 0, that is at which point maximum and minimum value of the function exist. Now guys, the second step, if I am telling step 2, after equating slope is 0, you have to calculate second derivative. What is second derivative? Second derivative is rate of change of first derivative, and we have to observe this second derivative very carefully. Rate of change of first derivative, how it is like that. Suppose guys, I have taken, this is the point, I am choosing some point like this. Let this point be L, M, N, O and P. Suppose slope at point L is 5, this becoming 2 and this becoming 0. Slope I am writing 5, 2, 0, this minus 2 and minus 5. So what I want to tell you, this 5, 2, 0, minus 2, minus 5, if you check carefully, what is change? These are the slope, na? 5, 2, 0, minus 2, minus 5, these are the slope at point. So I'm writing 5, 2, 0, minus 2, minus 5. These are the slopes of the line. But guys, if I'm doing 2 minus 5 means change, rate of change of slope. So guys, rate means change in slope. Change in slope, always final minus initial. Between these 2 points, if I'm checking, this is minus 3. Between this point, if you are checking 0 and minus 2, so minus 2 minus 0, na, that will be actually minus 2. So I'm seeing here that change in slope is always negative, or rate of change of slope is decreasing as you approach to maxima. As you approach to maxima, your slope change or rate of change of slope is decreasing. That is why guys, actually you have to equate dy by dx is equal to 0 first step. The first step is dy by dx equating to 0. Then what we have to do, we have to calculate d2y by dx square. If d2y by dx square, and you get some points from here, na? You get some points from here. Suppose d2y by dx, any value you get, substitute that point. Actually, suppose x is equal to a, b, this point you will substitute here. If your d2y by dx square means rate of change of slope, rate of change of first derivative, or I can say that if this is negative, that at that point, suppose if this is happening at s is equal to a, so at x is equal to a, at x is equal to a, maximum of the function will exist. Maxima will exist. Actually I am telling you first here, but same thing when I will take as a numerical, so you will understand better what I want to say. Guys, see, I'm seeing that how slope is changing while approaching to maxima, or how slope is changing while approaching to minima, because first derivative equating to 0 will not give you any definite point of maxima minima. First derivative 0 only tells you that function may be either maximum or minimum. So how to recognize that it is maximum only or it is minimum only? So you have to go to second derivative, and I have taken slope at different point. Let it be, these are the different point where I have to taken slope. So change of slope, change in slope is means final minus initial, final minus initial, final minus initial, final minus initial. So change in slope is always negative. I'm saying that change in slope is always negative. That means I can say that if rate of change of slope is always negative, that is the function maxima is exists at that point. Now I'll come to that point. See, I'll take this separately so that you can understand better. So guys, here I am doing the same thing which we have done earlier. Suppose I am taking the point like this. This is actually, suppose guys, minus 5. This is minus 2, 0. This is 2. This is 5. This will happen only, no? So guys, actually see, this is, if this is 5, this will be plus 5. If it is 2, it is minus 2. It is 0, like that I have taken here also, you can check it. If it is minus 2, it is plus 2, or if it is 2, it minus 2, 5, minus 5, like this. Okay, so now what I want to say, guys, what is, these are the slope, minus 5, minus 2, 0, 2, 5 are the points of slope. So guys, actually I can write minus 5, minus 2, 0, 2, 5. So change, if I am changing, minus 2, minus of minus 5, na, change is final minus initial, so that will be plus 3. 0 minus of minus 2, that is actually 2. So I am saying 2 minus 0 is equal to 2, and 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. So always I am saying that the change in slope or rate of change of slope is positive only. Rate of change of slope is positive. That means I can say that if you calculate dy by dx equated to 0, and you have calculated d2y by dx square, which is equal to, which greater than 0, slope of double derivative must, or what is the meaning of double derivative? Rate of change of first derivative. So a rate of change of first derivative, if it is always positive, we are approaching to minima. And a rate of change of first derivative, if it is always negative, if it is always negative, we are approaching to maxima. This is a very important point, guys, which you have to understand how we approach maxima and minima, because the general things actually which is written in book. See guys, I am saying that this theta 1, theta 2, I am talking about this point. So you will say that okay, here theta 1 is less than theta 2, like that, and suppose this is theta 3, theta 4. So it is difficult to interpret in these terms only, but when I will take these examples, so I hope you will understand what is the concept of maxima and minima. So I will try to find out this function where maxima or minima exist of this point. So first step, so I'm now telling the steps to find. Step 1, find dy by dx. So what is dy by dx, guys? Dy by dx, I can write d by dx of x cube minus 3x square minus 9x. So from a rule of first separate, I have given some rule in last class, so I am using that rule, minus d by dx of 3x square minus d by dx of 9x. So this is, so actually I can write 3x square minus 3 I have taken outside, constant term take it outside, 9 I will take outside, d by dx of x. So guys, this is nothing but 3x square minus, this is 3 into 2x, and this is minus 9 into 1. So you are saying that this is 3x square minus 6x minus 9. This one thing. Step 1 I have done already. You have calculated dy by dx. Step 2, equate it to 0. Step 2, equate it to 0. So dy by dx, I am equating it to 0. So this is 3x square minus 6x minus 9 is equal to 0. So what point we are finding? X square minus 2x plus 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. I can write it now. Minus 3 equals to 0, I am writing it. So if you taking the point, this will be x square minus 3x plus x na guys, minus 3 is equal to 0. So the point will be x into x minus 3 plus 1 into x minus 3 is equal to 0. So x minus 3 and x plus 1 equals to 0. So that is x equals to 3 or x is equal to minus 1. These 2 point I got. Now step 3 guys. Step 3 what I will do? I will find d2y by dx square. So I know that d2y by dx square is nothing but d by dx of dy by dx na guys. So don't confuse sir here dx whole square like that. This is not, this is the only meaning of d2y by dx square. So d by dx of, what is dy by dx? I am checking. Dy by dx is 3x square. This is your dy by dx. 3x square minus 6x minus 9. So 3x square minus 6x minus 9. So that is guys, actually again I am differentiating. I am not writing all the steps now. So this will be 6x minus 6 only. Okay. 6x minus 6. Then d2y by dx square, I can calculate its value at d2y by dx square at x is equal to 3. So this is 6 into 3 minus 6 na. So 18 minus 6, that is positive na. So minima will occur at x is equal to 3. Don't confuse guys. If second derivative is coming positive, some students say okay sir, second derivative positive, maximum will exist. No, second derivative positive mean minima will occur. We have seen that na. Second derivative positive means actually slope is continuously actually becoming positive. Rate of change of slope is positive, means slope is first decreasing in negative and then increasing in positive. I am talking magnitude wise, don't take it otherwise. Slope is decreasing in negative and increasing in positive. This means overall change will be positive. So rate of change of slope or rate of change of first derivative is positive. That means minima occurs. That means this is minima occurs. So I have substituted the value, and at x is equal to 3, minimum of that function will exist. If I calculate d2y by dx square at x is equal to, the other point is minus 1, minus 1. So 6 into minus 1 means, because this is 6x minus 6 na, minus 6, that means actually minus 12 na, minus 6 minus 6, that is minus 12. So the function will be minimum. So maxima will exist at this point na, because second derivative is negative. So maxima will occur at x is equal to, the point is minus 1. So let us check the value of the function at x is equal to 3 and x is equal to minus 1. So function is this one guy. I will copy this function, and function I am writing here. Now we are checking that function value at x is equal to 3 what. When putting x is equal to 3, this is 3 cube minus 3 into 3 square minus 9 into 3 na. So this is 27 and 27 cancel out. This is actually 3 square 9 into 3 minus 27. Value is coming, check it. And at, I have taken at x is equal to 3. Y is equal to again x cube minus 3x square minus 9x. At x is equal to, minus 1 I am checking. Y is equal to minus 1 whole cube minus of 3 minus 1 whole square minus of 9 into minus 1. So this will be plus 9, this will be minus 3, and this will be minus 1. So that function actually will be, the value is 5, positive 5. So the maxima occur at x is equal to minus 1 and value is at x is equal to minus 1 is 5. So maximum value of the function is 5 and minimum value of the function is minus 27. Now guys, I am taking some question where you will not find the maxima and minima simultaneously. Like suppose it is given that divide 24 into two parts such that product is maximum. So guys, actually let the first part be x, let first be x, or first part be x. So second part definitely will be, second will be 24 minus x. So y, I have defined the function y, which is product of these two, x into 24 minus x. I have to maximize this product. So again, y is equal to 24x minus x square. So step 1, first you calculate the derivative dy by dx, which is equal to 24 minus 2x. Equate second derivative step, it equate to 0. So 24 minus 2x is equal to 0. That means x is equal to 12. Now guys, third step, d2y by dx square I have to calculate. d2y by dx square is coming differentiation of d by dx of 24 minus 2x. You know that constant differentiation 0 and this is minus 2. So function is coming minus negative. That means maxima will occur at x is equal to 12. So now I am putting the function y is actually what, x into 24 minus x. So this is 12 into 24 minus 12. So the product is actually 144 and we have to divide it into two parts. So part is x is equal to 12 and 24 minus x is equal to 12. So I will equally divide this 24, means 12 and 12, such that its product will be maximum. And you can, some students say, sir, what about 11 and 13? Guys, its product will be not like that. Its product will be 143 only. Its product is 144. Any other combination you cannot find where the product is maximum. Only equally divide when two numbers, the product will be maximum. So these are the application of maxima and minima. And whenever the numericals comes in physics, so at what point velocity is maximum, at what point acceleration is maximum. So if function of x is given, so you have to do the like thing. Now guys, last of the class I want to say that if I have this I have already discussed in class. Suppose I have displacement time graph and I gave the upward parabola like that. I gave the upward parabola like this and downward parabola. If you remember, upward parabola and downward parabola I have discussed. This is xt graph, this is displacement time graph. So guys, I already tell that here slope, rate of change of slope is always positive. That means that is acceleration is always positive and acceleration is always negative. I just give you as a thumb rule and I told you I will discuss later. See guys, what will happen, first you will calculate dx by dt, that is velocity. Velocity you will calculate, and then if you calculate acceleration as dv by dt, or I can say that d2x by dt square acceleration. Why I have written, see this guys, because acceleration is d by dt of v, v is dx by dt. So this can be written as guys d2x by dt square. So if d2x by dt square is always here guys, slope is changing itself, so this second derivative is always positive. That is why I given this thumb rule. Now I hope you will understand the point what I want to tell.